Okay, so this is a video about food intolerances and food allergies. Um, there's a lot of people out there, more people with intolerances than allergies, and the most common allergens intolerance are wheat gluten, soy, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, dairy, fish, and shellfish. Uh, People that are allergic tend to be, I think, anywhere from 1 to 10% like highly allergic, and intolerances, that's probably a lot more common than people think. Um, Basically, if you're allergic, you'll get hives and you'll have uh, probably need an EpiPen unless it's to a lesser extent. Actually, all people with food allergies would need that. But intolerances, people can stand it to a certain amount. Um, but it generally causes digestive problems. It can cause you to have like a stuffed up nose. It can cause dry skin, eczema, and all sorts of problems. Uh, Obviously, removing them would be first option, and going on a paleo template diet is what most people generally do because it already eliminates all those. The only intolerance or allergy I think that most people can get over, but it'll take time, and it'll take time removing it from your diet and then adding it, and that is if you're not really intolerant to it, is lactose, and that is because a lot of times cow's milk, people don't have the enzymes in their body to digest it, and and it takes some time for people to adapt to it. Um, but there's also if you have like a lot of people are intolerant to some other food groups, and it can cause health problems for a number of other reasons. And typically, a lot of times people go on a GAPS diet or SCD diet. I would recommend a GAPS diet, which is basically removing a lot of foods and going on it's like a really simple diet, and it's basically a bunch of soup, and you slowly add fruits, veggies, and dairy eventually, and you eliminate grains because um, grains and fiber, they can be a good thing and they can be a bad thing and a lot of things. And I think what's what's healthy for one person might not be healthy for another person, and a lot of people need to remove stuff for a while and then add it back in. And there's a lot of things that cause problems. If you have like fruit or a lot of fruit, and especially berries, those can cause digestive problems. Even like mixed greens and like veggies, if you have too many, those can cause problems. You want to eliminate FODMAPs foods, which is you can look up a list, and these can cause a lot of digestive issues. And you can also some people are intolerant to ammonia, so they have to lower protein, and some people are tolerant to sulfur foods, which can cause all sorts of problems. But anyways, you want to try and find a diet that will work for you, and it takes some time because I'm still dealing with it. And I mean, I've had eczema flare-ups, but you want to find a good functional medicine practitioner or doctor because a lot of these people won't connect the dots. I had really bad eczema and other health issues in high school, like really, really bad, and even in college, and I just eat whatever. And then when I started eliminating like gluten and a lot of other things, it helped out a lot more. And you can also make bone broth, which is really helpful for your adrenals and as well as your digestive system, which is pretty simple to make. It's basically you need chicken or beef bones, vinegar, water, garlic, um, water, I don't know if I said salt and pepper, and it only requires a few things. But it's a really interesting area, but I think a paleo diet or paleo template diet is probably the best option to go into. And if you still have problems, move into a GAPS diet and eliminate a few things, and then add them or eliminate a lot of things, and then add them back in slowly. And I'm still not there. I haven't eliminated everything, but I am still a lot better. And you want to find a diet or doctor or naturopath that knows how to treat these, and it is an important area to work on. And a lot of people, and I even did it in the past, is food intolerance tests, and those aren't always reliable because I think people intolerances, and like I think they're the IgGs or IgA tests. They can fluctuate and they can change over time depending on how recent you've ate foods or how often you eat these foods. And I think people can even build sort of a tolerance to foods that they're intolerant to, um, or intolerant to, but that doesn't mean that you should really eat them, especially if you're allergic or intolerant. Like you can take, I guess, in some cases you can take shots or some medications and you can eat foods that you previously couldn't. But anyways, I got this from Chris Kresser and also Timothy Ferris, is that allergy tests, if you're going to rely on them, or intolerance tests, take like 2 or 3 in a row because they can vary a lot. I've heard of Chris Kresser taking 2 blood samples from the same person and sending them into the same lab and getting 2 different results. So it's often just better to go on a GAPS diet or an elimination diet where you rotate through foods and find them eventually. I think it's a lot cheaper too. Anyways, Chris Kresser is also coming out with a great book recently. It's called Your Personal Paleo Code. And what I like about him is that he has a very open mind, and he is open to changing his mind, and he thinks that, and what I've adapted or tried to use is what's healthy for one person isn't really healthy for another person, and you have to find your own unique diet and solutions to your health problems. But his book is coming out, and also I'll link to my Squidoo lens. I wrote it some months ago, and I've learned some more, but it is really good, and so we should check it out. Anyways, that's it about food allergies and tolerances. Comment below if you've had any experiences or any tests or anything that you've done, or any experiences.